Okay. We're live. I'm inviting people in now. Um, 10, Davenport. Okay, you all should have gotten invitations now. I know Michael, I didn't invite you, but you should be able to watch. That's the reason I started the broadcast. Um, so until people get in, I'm going to say a few words about an event I attended this morning. Um, I Jeff Dennis and Ronnie were doing a blab, so I joined them to watch it.
Already
I
got
wasn't in the blab.
I got clear ones, so that way they would be that color.
Hello.
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 Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I gotta turn you up. Andrew, you're surrounded by women.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. I shouldn't say that to laugh. Anyway, about this, I don't know how many of you have tried blab, but I got into my first real one today watching it.
I loved it.
It's got more than what I thought it had. It's got one feature that I have been wanting for years, ever since recorded Hangouts started, and that is the ability to pause the recording and continue it without having to start a new recording.
Yeah.
You can, so you can start it, stop it, have a conversation about some screen share that you just did, start recording it. I love that part of it. I'm sort of like Ronnie though. It does need a screen share. It does need a privacy thing. And it needs if it's going to be successful for any type of business application, it's going to have a way to capture and export the people's emails.
I'll be right back.
Andrew, your microphone is not performing well.
Oh, it's not? What?
No.
Is it not loud or is it just...
It's real muffled. It's real...
How odd.
Yeah. It's not crisp like it usually is.
Well, now, I'll tell you, this is a different headset. I have had 3 headsets go bad in 4 days. So I'm having... This is now the only one I've got.
Okay.
Unfortunately. But I have got an order for 4 more into Amazon, so we're just waiting for them to be delivered.
I was on the blab this morning watching Ronnie and Chef Dennis. Did you watch that one? That was really good. That was my first blab I've ever watched. I really enjoyed it.
Well, actually, I finally went and signed up for a Twitter account. I've never had one before. I had one years ago, but I lost everything to it. I don't know what the thing, so I just set up a new account so I could join it to watch. And like I said, I was impressed. It got more available than what I thought it had.
It seems a lot easier for people to come in than it does, like on a Hangout. People didn't seem to have the issues coming into the blab like they do on Hangouts.
Yeah, that's true. What I particularly liked about it, the other feature, is the ability to have only 2 people in.
Yeah.
And, oh, wait, I bet I know what's wrong with this silly thing. Hang on just a second. I bet I forgot to change the settings, and we are using the webcam, the microphone in the webcam that's sitting in this webcam instead of the microphone.
Like that. Now, is that any better?
It is. It's a little soft. You could turn the volume up a little bit.
I can't. Everything on my end is up full volume.
Okay. It's better, though.
I guess I'll just have to talk louder.
It's better.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about the Chromebook and the Chromebox is they do not retain the default settings once you shut down and come back in. The default settings always goes to something, but it never stays like you set them. Like if I were to end this and get out of the Hangout and start another one, it'd come back in with those old default settings instead of this. And I always forget that when I start. So, Roxanne is back.
I got my headphones.
So, there's really, I don't have a lot planned for tonight. It was just sort of if anybody's got any questions or want to talk about anything, or, you know, I have yet to go back and watch your second video. I forgot to do that.
Who?
Yours.
We haven't done it yet.
Oh,
Huh. It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be tomorrow night.
oh,
But it's, bunch of stuff happened with the setup of the show on our website, and so that's getting revamped. And so we're going to pick it up on September 11th.
oh, okay.
Yeah, doing it I don't want to do it every week right from the start till we get much more comfortable, and it's not so terrifying for me. So, and then we will probably do once a week.
Yeah, I starting next Monday, it looks like, depending on how the survey goes the last 2 days, it looks like I'm going to be on 3 times a day, 7 days a week
Oh, wow.
for half an hour. They won't be recorded. It'll be a drop-in live question and answer, you know, sort of like what I was doing way back before. Except instead of an hour, I'm only going to be on a half hour because I have trouble sitting any more than that with my legs.
Yeah, yeah.
But I figured that the 10 o'clock gives people overseas a chance. You know, I know there's going to be a 10 o'clock one. I just don't know what the other two are going to be yet. I imagine one of them is going to be at 7 and the other one is going to be sometime in between there from the looks of the survey. But I'll probably announce it Sunday night, and then I am going to plan one big show a month, a real hands-on demonstration of something or other. I don't know, you know, whether it'll be me doing it or whether I'll bring somebody in to do it or whatever. But I think the community deserves one really good something or other, you know. And with the new Blab and the new Crowdcast, which I'm also quite impressed with since I played with it.
It's a little. The main thing I don't like about Crowdcast is that somebody else can take your video and embed it wherever they want to. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. It's the thing that I really like about it is the Q&A part of it.
Yep.
Especially since I found out now that anybody can leave a comment and it still stays on the question side rather than switching over to the answer thing. And then somebody can come in, you know, a host can come in and do the actual answering. But you can open it a week ahead of time, somebody puts a question up, 19 people could comment on it. Then the host starts up the thing and actually does the answer and can comment on what comments were left on that particular question. I see a great use for that.
Yeah.
You know, one thing with Blab, you can have as many comments as you want. You don't have any kind of cutoff. You know?
Yeah, but here's the problem with Blab. You got 4 people talking. If you're going to be paying attention to if the host is going to be paying attention to what they're saying, they're not going to have time to read the comments.
Yeah, you almost.
Well, I mentioned that. I said, well, you might want to think about having a co-host.
Yeah, and I think they commented today that they're working on that, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I think
if they're good enough brands and they want to buy stuff from my registry.
Sorry, Christina's talking. Did I hear you say that it could be used with business hangouts?
No, I haven't tried it yet.
I thought I saw somebody post that.
No. Now, supposedly, you can use anything in a business hangout in that upper right quadrant as long as it's got a valid URL, a secure HTTPS. It's supposed to take it, but Michael and I in testing have found some that don't take that. And I don't think we've tried it in a business hangout yet. he may have done it by himself, but I don't think we tested it together. I don't recall testing it, and that may be something we'll do this week because I also want to try and see if crowdcast can be brought into that second quadrant too, because I think it.
Do we want to test it?
Hmm?
Do we want to test it?
No. I never do any testing recorded live. I always find out whether it's going to work first. Because I don't know whether I do something and bomb the entire hangout out and then everybody's left out in left field. You know, I'll test
Oh, no,
it
we don't
first.
have to record it.
Do what?
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be recorded. It won't be recorded.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If we do it now, it will be because we're in this live hangout.
Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't have to be whenever we stop.
No, but no, I want to test both of them because I can see a use case for both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would be neat to be able to sit in a business hangout and either have a blob, a blab, or a crowdcast thing in the upper right quadrant. Everybody could be watching on that and then commenting in the business hangout thing about what's going on in the other thing. I just like to push buttons, you know, see what breaks and what doesn't. So
Well,
Sam, are you
do y'all know
folding
how to use
something?
Meerkat?
Are you folding something?
Yeah, I'm going to mute myself. I just want to know if anybody knows how to use Meerkat.
No.
Okay.
Don't fold.
Everybody over there knows how to use it, and I don't know how.
Don't mute yourself, then you won't participate in the conversation.
Well, I'm ripping apart.
Don't do it. Don't worry about it.
What is it?
Wedding something or other.
My
Can't see it.
it's probably backwards. Bed Bath & Beyond registered at. It's Christina's
Okay.
invitations.
My invitations and my registry announcements.
This is her registry announcements that go in her wedding invitations.
Okay.
We're putting them together
Nice. How old is
for
she?
her wedding in
You're not
October.
old enough to have
19.
married. How much? 19?
19. That's when I got married.
Bill, you're being awful quiet over there.
They can get me gifts as
Well, I didn't have a lot to blab about.
Oh, okay.
I've only seen one or two blabs, so I'm not really up on whether they're more beneficial than HOAs, or I can see where they're probably easier to jump in and out of.
They're easier to jump in and out of, and besides the pause feature, what I particularly like is the ability to freeze those 4 frames. So you can only have a host and an interviewee and don't have the other 2 people. Just have everybody's been wanting to do a side-by-side interview thing, and Blab can now fill that need.
Mm-hmm.
You just freeze those other 2 frames and only have 2 people there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's quite flexible, actually.
I think it's a great medium for content creation. You know, instead of writing out blog posts, you get on, you have a blab talking about, in our case, some type of dog behavior. You got a couple people on there. As long as they're decent and contribute something great, you just upload it to your website, and there's your blog post for the week.
Yeah.
Or you can just use the audio and put it up on podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it so far.
Yeah, I have to admit, when it first came out, I thought, one talking head is enough. I really don't need 4, But and it depends on who's in there talking too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've run across 2 or 3 that I've sort of halfway watched, but it was like, no, this is not for me. One good thing I do like about it is the developer. He appears to get into at least every blab that's going on for at least a few minutes. I've never seen anything like it before.
Yeah, he must not sleep.
Yeah. I don't know, but whatever pills he's taking, I want one.
You do pretty good up staying up all night as it is, Andrew.
Well, yeah. Now that I'm doing a bunch of other stuff with the daily summary and everything, yeah, it is
Plus, it
going.
gets harder to sleep when you're older, doesn't it, Andrew? You just can't
Well,
just.
now you would think so, okay? But now, when I went out just before I came on, I went out to get a cup of coffee, and my sister asked me. She said, "Didn't you hear that shake today?" And I said, "What shake?" She said there was a rumble that shook this chair. She thought it was an earthquake. We've got a quarry not too far away, and they do blasting, every once in a while. And we're used to. But she said this one was so loud and shook the house so bad, she went down to the basement to see if the water heater had exploded.
Wow.
She went out in the backyard to check for sinkholes. She said it was that violent, and she came in my room, and there I was, just zonked out on the bed like nothing. And I remember hearing something, but I thought it was like a plane flying overhead because we're in a flight path. And sometimes they come over short of low. And I thought that's what it was. So I just turned over and went back to napping. Napping is my favorite hobby.
I like naps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, seeing as how I'm on here and got all you people on here, how does my video and my sound? I know my video doesn't sound very good, but
Your audio is just slightly, to me, slightly muffled, but then you got to remember I'm 90% deaf.
yeah.
So,
Well, you didn't hear the tremor today, so
yeah, now I don't know whether you were closer to your mic, but that last bit, you know,
yeah,
sounded clearer.
I moved a little closer.
Yeah. Now that sounds good to
When
me.
you move, you get pixely.
Yeah, you're pixelated.
Am I?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we just moved from a place that had 2 megabits to a place that had 4 megabits, and I thought I was going to double my internet, but it turns out that upload I've only got like less than 1.89.
Hmm.
Oh,
So
wow.
I think I'm gonna be in real trouble for HOAs.
Well, it, if you train yourself to not move a lot, like right now with
Hmm.
you sitting still, it looks pretty good. It's just when you move that it tends. I see it pixelating. You know,
Gotcha. Yeah.
uh, because I'm forgetting what is it. We had a member that had the same problem. He had a real low up speed, and it got to where he almost had to like freeze himself, and not move at all. He just talking. His picture looked great, but when he started to move, just the least little movement, and he didn't have a real good camera either. I think
Right.
he had the Logitech C, what was it, 525. I think he had the same camera that I used to have.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but yeah, that's a pity. And that's one thing I don't understand is why all of the ISPs stress their download speed.
Yeah.
When live streaming now is becoming so popular, and upload speed is what counts on live streaming, not download speed.
Hmm.
You know, so yeah.
Yeah. I don't think upload ever really matches his download, though, does it?
No, no, no. Upload will never match download.
Yeah.
Well, I take that back. Upload will match download when you get fiber,
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
because
That
that's two ways. And from what I understand, it's going to be about 2 years before fiber's active here in Nashville. They're laying the cable now, but it's going to take them 2 years to put it all in, apparently.
Gotcha.
And I consider that a miracle if they can get it done in 2 years, quite frankly. Because they just started digging about 3 months ago. And to wire a whole city as big as Nashville, because Nashville and Davidson County are the same. So, of course, I doubt it reaches outlying portions of the county. I just can't see that.
Well, unfortunately, in Belize, the only fiber is in your cereal.
I okay.
It took me a week. Well, I was here for 10 days without internet, and it took me a week to convince the people at the internet company that I actually had a problem. Because, like most of the trades here, they're not actually trained. They're just kind of told how to do something.
Hmm.
So my laptop wouldn't even connect to the internet, and he'd come in and plug his in, and he'd say, "Oh, well, look, I've got internet." But he was looking at his messages that he had downloaded yesterday on the internet, and wasn't equipped enough in the field to know that it would hold that. So
Okay.
Oh, man.
it took me a week to convince them that I even had a problem. So yeah.
Gosh.
I'm afraid I won't be moving there. My
No.
patrons, no, my patrons would not allow that.
I don't know.
I'd take
No.
maybe 3 or 4 hours of it, and then they're gonna put me under the jail for manslaughter. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, you may find yourself in Honduras though with the same problems.
Not really, because if we go, that'll be my niece's problem.
Are you moving to Honduras?
Maybe in 2 years, depends.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Hmm.
My niece is moving down there to help with a clinic in one of the villages. She's going to be sort of manager of the clinic, and then they'll bring doctors in and out on occasion and whatnot. But she's
Cool.
going to school to learn Spanish and saving her money. She's already picked out the land down there that she wants to build a house on. They've already got the building built. So it's a church thing. Their church adopted this village about 6 years ago, and every year they make 2 visits a year down there for a week to build houses or water towers or something.
Cool. Well, I'm making too much noise. I'm going to head off.
Oh, okay.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. If
See
you
you
have
later,
questions,
Roxanne.
let me know.
No, Roxanne.
She doesn't look old enough to. She's not old enough to have a 19-year-old daughter, is she?
No, I didn't think so. She's like Kristen Drysdale. When Kristen told me the number of children she had, I almost fell out of the
She's got a
floor.
bunch of. She has like 6 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she doesn't look like she's, ready to be a sophomore in high school.
Oh,
She's found Ponce de Leon's Fountain of Youth. She just hadn't told anybody
yeah,
about
really.
it.
She could at least spread it around to the females in the group.
Be greedy, huh?
That's right. I'd even pay for it, I think.
Yeah. I was thinking about getting a facelift once, but then they told me they couldn't find a crane big enough, so I thought about that.
I'd get one. I'd get one in a heartbeat.
I see. What is it that you were playing with?
Me, my microphone keeps tipping over. Sorry.
Oh, is that? I just saw this blue thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah, my microphone. It's one of those Audio Technicas, and it's on a stand, and it doesn't work real well the way I've got it, which is kind of jerry-rigged here. And someone who shall remain nameless with 4 legs and a tail keeps knocking the wire.
I see. Okay.
So,
I see. Yes. Okay. And what do you suggest to control 4-legged canines so that they tend to be not playful around microphone cords?
well, I tried a chew stick, but he went through that really quick. So,
Okay.
and actually, what would work well would be doggy day camp every day of the week would work wonders. He goes on Wednesdays, and he's pretty much down for the count till I think he started coming up for air today around 4:30. So if I could afford that every day, I would send him.
Well, let's see. If he went on what, Wednesday, and today's Thursday. How about every other day?
Yeah, but you know what? It's $25 a day.
Ouch!
Yeah. Ouch.
But if you love them, they're worth it.
I don't love him that much, evidently.
I love you. I just can't afford you.
Yeah. The boy eats 5 cups of dog food a day, and he's only 7 months old.
Good Lord.
Yeah, he's huge. He's
We
about
had-
he's 7 months old today, and he's probably tipping 60 pounds.
We had a 95-pound lab boxer mix, and he only ate a cup and a half a day.
Yeah, but this guy's still growing.
Well, yeah, that's true.
He does
Yeah.
2.5 cups at 2 times a day.
Mm.
And he's not fat. But boy, he's getting big.
Well, as active as he is, it's no wonder he's not fat.
No, he's not fat.
Yeah.
We're gonna teach him to go into a place that's gonna teach him how to do dock diving. You know what that is? Where they jump off the elevated platform
Oh, okay.
into a pool.
Okay. I know I've seen dogs do it at a lake, run out to the end of the dock and
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just
yeah.
it's in a big pool instead of a
Mm.
lake. Again, just to manage that energy in that brain. So I gotta do something or he drives me up a wall. I'm telling you.
Oh, but they're such fun.
They are fun.
Yeah,
He's just got to manage that energy in that brain somehow. Because if I don't, I was in the office the other day doing something, and I kept hearing this noise, but I was busy, so I ignored it. Mistake number 1. He had gone out into the backyard, literally uprooted an entire fire spike plant, and brought it inside.
Here, Mommy, I have a gift for you.
There was mud and leaves everywhere. I couldn't get mad at him. I didn't watch him.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Oh.
asked me what kind of puppy.
Yeah.
Black Lab. She's from
and
Connecticut.
and his name is what? Keeper?
Uh-huh. Keeper. Like, when you see something said, that's a keeper. That's a keeper.
Okay.
Actually, the guy we got him from, when we went up there, we went up with the name of either Emmett or Otis for some reason. We liked that. And so we were talking to the breeder, and he was talking about the dog, and he says, he's really a keeper. He's a good-looking dog. And Jim and I just looked at each other, and we thought, there you go.
Yeah.
But what we didn't think about is we also have a dog named Cooper.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so we call him, wrong all the time. But it's fun.
Yeah, I can just see you standing there and you call one, the other one comes up behind you, and
Yeah, that's happened. Or they both look at you, like, make up your mind. So. But it's nice to have that kind of that puppy energy back in the house. It was way too quiet here after Sammy died.
Yeah, I know after Preston died, we thought about it, another dog, but it just, I'm 73, my sister's 72. It just wouldn't be fair to a puppy.
Yeah.
Number one, we don't have the energy to do the puppy thing at our age,
Yeah.
Now, if it was an older dog, that was settled and everything, that might be different. But then after he died, I don't think she really wants another dog. And he was her dog. Mine passed away 3 years after I moved in here with her. It was fun to see him because mine was a 4.5-pound Chihuahua playing with this 95-pound lab. Yeah, and
I bet the lab listened to everything that Chihuahua told him to do.
Yes. Oh, Sassy ruled the house. She had me trained years ago.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, all right, I'm ready to eat. You will give me the first bite out of your hand before I take anything in that dish. Yeah. And she would have starved to death before she'd break that rule. She was just weird little animal. But she got so spoiled because she and her sister literally were raised in bed with my mother.
Oh,
Because
wow.
my mother was bedridden with ovarian cancer when they were born, and we got her, and they lived at the foot of her bed.
Oh, wow.
And we would put them down, take them out and everything. But by the time they got down and she passed away, they both were so spoiled it was
Yeah.
ridiculous. And then they both got parvo, and Sassy survived it, and the other one didn't. And of course, by that time, I was really spoiling her because she'd been so sick and everything. And
Hmm.
she just, how dogs are. They will take over and run the place.
They absolutely will.
It's like, yeah,
Yep.
I am alpha and you are nothing.
You are my servant.
We have a little one, and it amazes me that she can learn a habit in one session, but it takes, well, so far 12 years to break her of anything.
It's amazing how that happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 I remember saying no dogs in the house way back 13, 14 years ago.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, the wife said, well, I want to get a puppy. And I said, yeah, okay, but there's going to be rules. There's going to be no food off the table. There's not going to be up on the furniture.
Mhm.
Standard things we say the dogs aren't going to do. And,
How long did that last?
half hour maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, we women are big
Hello,
nurturers.
John. I'm sending you an invite.
Yeah. So yeah, there's 3 of us in the house, and I rank 4th.
That's funny.
Oh.
Hey, Andrew, is Michael Daniels on Blab? Or on Twitter?
Yeah. That was the Daniel that they were talking about.
I thought so.
That today.
Yep, thought so.
So, hello, John. What kind of a logo is LG? He must have some piece of new equipment.
Life's good.
LG, I've seen that. I've seen that before. I wonder if I've seen it from Google Plus or someplace else. I've seen that though.
No, it's
I can't see it.
they're an electronics manufacturer, are they not? TVs
Yeah.
and
Oh, okay.
There's no available capture device. Okay, well, John's obviously playing with something technical, and he will join us when he gets it fixed. Or he has joined us, but just hadn't got it fixed yet. I don't know. Yeah.
So how's Terry Lee Britton? I mean, I never see you guys anymore. Is he doing okay?
In fact, I'm getting ready to drop him a note later tonight because I haven't seen that much of him either. And I don't know whether he ever got his internet problems straightened out or what, because he had his show and then he was having trouble, got the people out there, finally convinced them to go up onto the pole and found the rusted connector up there. But it turns out water's gotten in and not only rusted that, but further up the line that they were supposed to be fixing that, and that's the last I heard.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, well, I guess John went away. I guess he will be back.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to leave you. I just thought I'd drop in, Andrew, in case you
Well,
found
I
yourself
appreciate it, and
in case you found yourself alone, but you didn't tonight, so that's good.
yeah, and watch next week. Be lots of changes coming.
Will
Cool.
do.
Good.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, we will talk at you later then, Bill. Thanks.
All right.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Andrew, your half an hour is up,
Oh, okay.
and I don't want your legs to hurt you.
Okay. Well,
So I'm going to pop off also.
Okay, and since there's nobody here, I'm
Mm-mm.
just going to close it out and I'll put a message up that we've closed.
Okay. Was good to see you.
Thanks for dropping by. I do appreciate it.
Well, it was good to see you. Always is.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, Andrew.
Bye. All right. I'm now going to stop the broadcast.